Hi, this is Elle with arealty.ca. Today we honor to have Steve, who's from Home Sweet Home Inspector, and he's here to help us to understand why we have to hire inspectors. Hi, Steve.
Hi Al, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
Good.
Good to see you here.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
I appreciate it. So when people are hiring inspector, what they have to look in order to hire an inspector?
Okay, so home inspections in Ontario is still an unregulated industry, which means anybody can be a home inspector. So you want to find out what their qualifications are
Mhm.
and whether they carry insurance. Those are really the two big things. Now, qualifications, you can either have educational qualifications or you can have experience qualifications. Ideally, you've got both. So someone like me, I was a structural engineer for 10 years, and I've been doing home inspections for 18 years. So I'm not going to miss things. If you find someone who was only an electrician, he may not know the structure part. You got to have someone who's fairly well rounded. So you want to make sure that they've got their qualifications and that they know what they're doing, so they're not going to miss things. As far as insurance goes, you want to make sure that they're carrying $2 million worth of what's called errors and omissions insurance. If a home inspector misses something or is wrong about something during an inspection, he has to pay for it. So you
Mhm.
want to make sure that he's got that $2 million backing him up. It just makes sense.
Exactly.
So, and just because you're a member of any of the associations, like I know when I started out, I looked at Ontario Association of Home Inspectors. They didn't make you write a test and they didn't make you carry insurance. I said I don't want to join. I mean, to me, those are the two minimums. Now,
Yes.
I don't know if they've changed that. I don't think they have. And a lot of those inspectors were grandfathered in and never wrote a test. I don't know. I'd like to know the person has the knowledge they're supposed to have.
Yes, yeah,
So
of course.
definitely ask those questions.
Sure. So when we are talking about like a new built homes or properties, why inspect a newly built house?
Okay, in all honesty, unless you've had massive problems with the builder,
Mhm.
I would not take a home inspector to your PDI inspection where you do the pre-delivery inspection. Realistically, unless you've had massive problems, I would wait until the 11-month mark and then hire a home inspector at that point.
What is
Okay.
11 months mark? What is that?
From the time you take possession of the house, a brand new house,
Yes.
you have 3 warranty forms that you fill out right off the bat. You have your PDI one, which you go through with the builder. They point out any mistakes that they've found, and those have to be fixed. You have a 30-day form, which is you've lived in the house for 30 days, you found a bunch of other stuff. The last one you have is your 1-year form. Your 1-year form, usually you have to submit those forms just around the 11-month mark.
Mhm.
So if you have a home inspector come in just before that time, go over everything in the house and find everything that's wrong, at that point, everything is still the builder's responsibility. So you've got that 1-year worth of warranty. Now, some people would go, why would I bother hiring an inspector? It's a brand new build, it can't be that wrong.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, but I've probably done 200 brand new homes. I've only had 2 of them where I didn't pay for my fee in finding repairs. And let's face it, if it works out that you don't end up finding it, those 2 people out of the 200 got really nice homes and they got the reassurance that they have them. But there's just too many things that builders miss. Everyone knows that you have building code. Everyone forgets the first word is minimum building code, and they stretch that as much as they can. There's tons of times they make something that they don't make exactly right. And if you don't find it within that first year, you're the one who's going to pay for it. For the fee that it costs for a home inspection on a multi-$100,000 house, it just doesn't make sense to spend a little bit and find out that you've got everything you were supposed to.
You're absolutely
Now,
right.
now I don't see any great reason to do it at the PDI point, mostly because nobody's lived in the house.
Mhm.
Nobody's run any water. Nobody's had any flushing of toilets. Nobody's tried light switches. Nobody's opened and closed windows. you may as well live in it for that 10 or 11 months and find all the little problems. Make sure that you report those to your home inspector and let him find everything he's going to find. And that way you're actually using that homeowner's warranty to the best of your ability. You've already paid for it in the cost of your house. You may as well use it.
Exactly. You're absolutely right. That was a great advice, you know. And as you know, like because of the COVID and new situation, we have 65% less listing compared to the last year. It means we have lack of inventory. So there are lots of buyers who's willing to buy a home. And in most cases, we have multiple offers. So my question, what can you do in bidding war environment?
Okay, in a bidding war, you can't just, there's no sense hiring someone like me, paying $400 to go look at a house that you may never ever get. That just financially doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, if you're serious about something and you're going to put in an offer, I don't know what other companies do, but what I do is I'll go in and for 1 hour, you can always get an hour in a house to look through and whatever. I'll go in with you for that hour. I'll charge $150. And in that hour, we will take a look in the attic, look at the plumbing, look at all the biggie stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to go in and like open and close the cupboard doors in the kitchen and find out if they fall off. I'm not going to check every plug in the house. I mean, those are things that I would do in a full inspection. But at that point, you're just looking, well, what are the big costs that are coming to you? And if we find a bunch of things, you know whether or not to put in an offer. If we find nothing, you know you've got a really good house and you might want to go for it and, you know, go in with a really strong offer. But at least you're informed before you go in. It's better than just buying a house blind.
Exactly. I definitely agree with you. And you know, some people who are our audience right now, they want to reach you out and they want to use your services. How can they reach you out? Like, what's your contact info?
I can be reached on my phone, which is probably the best one. It's 905-867-8868.
Mm-hmm.
I can be reached on email at Steve, S-T-E-V-E, Irvine, IRVINE, .1960 @gmail.com. And that's the email you get when you let your kid do your email.
And what's your website? And what is your website?
www. You know what? I'm not even sure.
It's okay.
I haven't gone to it in a while. Hang on. I do have that written down. www.steveirvin.com or .ca, sorry, Canadian website.
It's a Canadian one, exactly. You know, Steve, I have used your services. My clients use your services, and we are so happy. And hopefully, my audience get your service in near future. And I'm looking forward to have another interview with you, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. So we're looking forward to see you here, and I really appreciate your time and accepting our invitation today.
No problem. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Have a nice day. Enjoy.
You too.
Keep safe. Bye.
Bye.